Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is Sneha Kalpana. Sneha means that Grida, Taila, Vasa, Majja, all those things come under Snehas. They are known as Chatusnehas. And Kalpana means Kalpanam Samskaranam Iti. So we are processing these Grida, Taila, etc. by adding certain group of drugs, and we are getting an end product, that is Sneha. So this is a secondary preparation coming under Bhaishajya Kalpana. Apart from the primary preparations, that is the Panchavida Kashaya Kalpanas, these have an enhanced shelf life. That is the importance of these Kalpanas. So in this presentation we are going to discuss the introduction of Sneha, importance, and the properties Prayoga, Sankhya, then according to the origin how Snehas are classified, and Sneha Paga, Samanya Vidhi, and the deviation from that Samanya Vidhi. So let's move on to the introduction. The word Sneha means Sneha Preetau, that is the root word. So the substance that produces unctuousness to our body is termed as Sneha. So this will keep our body soft and smooth. This will produce unctuousness to our body, like that of the properties in the properties of kapha we have studied, the unctuousness. So Sneha Preetau is the root word. Now Sneha, I already told you, it is fat or fatty material, and Kalpana is Samskaranam. It is the pharmaceutical process that we are doing by adding certain medicaments. So examples are Grida Kalpana, Taila Kalpana, etc. And they will produce Snigdhada to the body. So if we consider the aims of Sneha Kalpana, the rationality behind taking a Taila or Grida as a base is presumably to extract the lipid soluble active fractions along with the water soluble fractions, and in order to enhance the shelf life. It was a major problem in that time period, that is we can't preserve our medicine for a longer time. So this was an innovative idea to process these drugs in this Sneha, and so that the shelf life will be enhanced, and in order to enhance the drug absorption. So the permeability of this plasma membrane, our membrane of the cell membrane is somewhat permeable to lipid soluble substances. So this will help to enhance the drug absorption. Now what do you mean by medicated Grida? Medicated Grida are preparations in which the ghee is boiled with the prescribed kashayas, maybe kashaya or sorasa, anything, and kalkas of drugs according to the formula. Like that, medicated Taila is similar to medicated Grida, where the Taila is taken as the base, and it is boiled with the prescribed Kvata and Kalka of drugs. By this process, it will ensure the absorption of the active therapeutic properties of the ingredients into these bases. Let's discuss the importance of Sneha. According to Sushruta, Sneha Saro Ayam Purushaha Pranascha Sneha Bhuvishta Sneha Sadhyascha Bhavanti. Sushruta explains that our prana is Sneha Bhuvishta, and the majority of the diseases afflicting our body is Sneha Sadhya. The degenerative diseases that are occurring due to Vata Visheshan, there we have to do Snehana. And lipids and fats play a major role. If we consider our physiology, they play a major role in cellular and metabolic functions. So the cellular membrane is a lipid bilayer which maintains the integrity of this cell, which is responsible for the equilibrium inside the cell. So if this lipid bilayer is damaged, then the intactness of the cell will be lost. So the individual will be susceptible to much stress. So there lies the importance of fat in our body. Fats are a source of energy. in our human diet, fats are providing around 9 kilocalorie per 1 gram of energy. And the membranes around the cells in our body, it will be physically separate the inside from outside of the cell. That is, it is acting as a barrier and control movement of substances in and out of the cells. They are mainly made of phospholipids, triglycerides and cholesterol. You know, the brain in our body is very rich in fat, that is around 60%. It is having a unique fatty acid composition. Docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, is the major brain fatty acid, and the lipids of the retina also contain a very much high concentration of this DHA. And also, you know, the fat soluble vitamins A, D, E and vitamin K, their absorption is enhanced by the fat. That is, fat is acting as a carrier for their absorption. And you know, all animal cells contain cholesterol, which is a lipid that plays a role in the membrane's fluidity and permeability. And cholesterol is also a precursor of vitamin D, adrenal and sex steroid hormones and bile salts. That bile salts will help to emulsify and enhance the absorption of fats in the intestine. So from these facts we are convinced that the fats or lipids play an important role in our body, and the statement mentioned by said by Sushruta is substantiated, that is, sneha saro ayam purushaha snehascha rogascha snehasadyascha rogaha bhavanti. So let's consider the properties of sneha. According to Ashtanga Hridaya, the properties of sneha are Guru Shita Sara Snigdha Manda Sukshma Mrudu Dravam Aushadam Snehanam Prayo Viparidam Virukshanam. All these properties belongs to a sneha dravya, and the opposite of these are that of a substance which is causing rukshana in our body. So it will be Guru, it will be Shita, Sara, Snigdha, Manda, Sukshma, it will be penetrating to our srotasas. Sukshma guna is there, Mrudu and Drava guna. So these are the properties of a sneha dravya. Now let's consider the administration. How sneha dravya is administered in our body. What is the therapeutical utility? According to Sushrutacharya, Sneho hi pana anuvasana mastishtha shirovasti uttarabasti nasya karnapurana gatra abhyanga bhojaneshu upayojyam. These are the ways of administration of sneha into our body. You know, sneha pana. We are administering sneha in mild, smaller quantities and in larger quantities. Achapana is there and Shamana Snehapana is there. So as Snehapana we are administering this Grita or Taila. Then as Snehavasti, Anuvasana Vasti, then for Shirovasti, in order to treat the diseases originating from the brain, like that stroke, if we are having any hemiplegia, then we will if a patient is having hemiplegia, we will prescribe this Shirovasti with Vatahara Taila. Then Uttaravasti is there. Uttaravasti is for gynecological complaints. Then Nasya, Karnapurana, Gatra Abhyanga. Abhyanga is the major treatment for Vata disorder. So, and Bhojaneshu Ubhyojyam. Even we are using this Sneha in our food also. So, these are the modes of administration of Sneha as therapeutically and as dietetic part. Now let's consider the Sneha Sankhya. As I already told you, these are the Chadusnehas, that is Sarpir Majja Vasa Tailam Sneheshu Pravaram Matam Tatra Api Cha Uttamam Sarpi Samskarasya Anuvartanat. Among these four types of Sneha, the Sarpi is considered to be the best one, because the reason behind is that it is and incorporating all the properties of the drugs that we are adding to it, and also it is not undergoing any change in its inherent properties. So samskarasya anuvartanad is the major property that is making sarpi a dominant sneha while considering the other three. Then let's classify the sneha dravya. So तत्र द्वियोनि चतुर्विकल्पो अभिहितः स्नेहः स्नेहगुणाश्च तत्र जङ्गमेभ्यः गव्यं घृतं प्रदानं स्थावरेभ्यः स्थिरतैलं प्रदानम् इति. According to origin, we are classifying the sneha into sthavara and jangama, that is from plant origin and from animal origin. So the plant origin is again classified into bijodbhava and sarodbhava. Bija, you know, it is seed. From seeds we are extracting this sneha dravya. You know, rubuga taila, that is ricinus communis gandharvastha bija. From that we are extracting taila, and in case of sara we are extracting the taila from the heartwood like that of chandana, devadara, etc. And according to the method of extraction, they are again classified into boiled by boiling or either by pressing. We can see the oil press mills are there in order to extract the oil from this plant origin drugs. Then when we move on to the jangama variety, jangama origin of sneha, it is again classified into two, that is kshirodbhava and mamsajanya. Kshirodbhava is again classified into two, from milk or from curd. We can either directly extract this oil fat from the milk, or otherwise we can subject it to fermentation, and from that curd we can extract the fat. So this is the two subdivisions of kshirodbhavajanya sneha. Then if we are considering mamsajanya, that is from meat, that is from vassa, and from bones, majja. So these are the classification of sneha according to origin. Now according to upayoga, they are classified for bahya upayoga and abhyantara upayoga, that is for internal and external administration. Then dvabhyam tribis chadurbis tair yamagas trivrto mahan. According to kalpana, that is eka sneha, either we are using ghrida or taila as the base. Then yamaga sneha, there we are using a combination of two, either we will be using tila taila and ghrida, or either we are using tila taila along with any ghrida, means other sneha like if we are using rubudbhava taila, that is castor oil along with the ghrida, then we can say it is yamaga sneha. And we are using trivir sneha, that is the combination of three sneha, and maha sneha, combination of four sneha, that is both the combinations are p, majja, vasa, taila. If we are combining these four things, then it is known as maha sneha. Now let's discuss the kalpana. We are moving to the processing technique of sneha. So there we require the constituents. What are the essential constituents for sneha bhaga? We require, first of all, we require sneha dravya. Then we require aushadha dravya, it is in the form of kalka. And we require drava dravya, a liquid. Then there is a general rule, that is the Samanya Vidhi mentioned by Sharngadharacharya, that is this kalkam is to sneha is to drava. It is mentioned like this: 1:4:16, or we can reduce it as 1/4:1:4. That is, if we are taking one part of taila, for example, if we are taking 100 ml of taila, we require 1/4 part kalka, that is 25 gram kalka, and we require 100 into 4, that is 400 ml of liquid drava dravya. Drava dravya can be either water, either any swarasa, either any kvada, either kshira, like that. For So this rule is explained in this shloka like this: Kalka chadurguni kritya gridam va tailameva va chadurgune dreve sadhyam. From this general rule, there are some deviations or special rules for Kalka. Let's discuss that. For Kalka, according to Dravadravya, that is, if you are using a Dravadravya having an Aushadha Virya, if you are using a Swarasa or a Kvada, so it is having some Aushadha Virya, then the quantity of Kalka added should be adjusted accordingly. So let's look how it is adjusted. So first, in the first column, the Dravadravya, that is, if we are taking water, quantity of Kalka is according to the general rule 1 by 4, and quantity of Sneha 1 and quantity of Dravadravya 4, that is constant. Then if we are taking Kvada, Kvada is the Dravadravya, then the quantity of Kalka should be adjusted. It should be 1 by 6th part. And if it is Swarasa, again it is much concentrated. It is the most guru form among Panchavida Kashaya Kalpanas. So we can reduce the Kalka as 1 by 8. Then if you are adding Kshira, Dhadi, Mamsarasa etc. as Dravadravya, or then also we have to add only 1 by 8 part of Kalka. So this is the deviation from general rule in case of Kalka. That is, if the Dravadravya using is possessing some Aushadha Virya, then the quantity of Kalka should be adjusted. This is the reference, that is Ambu Kvada Rasair Yatra Pratak Snehasya Sadhanam Kalkasya Amsham Tatra Dadyat Chadurtam Shashtam Ashtamam. Again, Dugde Dadi Rase Takre Kalko Deo Ashtamamshaga. In case of these dairy products, we have to add Ashtamamsha, 1 by 8 part of Kalka only. We can reduce the amount of Kalka. Kalkasya samyak pakartam toyamatra chadrugunam. Even though we are adding these as Dravadravya, one important point you should note, we have to cook this oil or grita by adding 4 times of water. After cooking this in 4 times of water, then we have to attain a paga. When we have to attain 3 types of pagas are there, we will discuss that later. This has to attain a paga, that is mritu paga. At that time we have to add these Dravadravyas, that is dugdha, dadi etc. Then again we have to subject it to heat and attain the samyak paga lakshana. So wherever these Dravadravyas are mentioned, we have to add water also. That should be kept in mind. Now there is another reference for Pushpa Kalka, that is, if we are using the Kalka prepared from flowers, then the fibrous parts will be much less. So a whole will be the Sara Bhaga. So Pushpa Kalkastu Yah Snehas Tatra Toyam Chadurgunam Sneha Sneho Ashtamamshascha Pushpa Kalka Prayujyade. We have to add only 1 by 8 part of Kalka. Okay. Now if Kalka is not mentioned, that is, in case of preparation of a Sneha, there only Drava is mentioned. So there we have to prepare that Taila or Grita without adding Kalka. Kalka hinastu yah Sneha sa sadhyaha kevale drave. You can see this in the preparation of Anu Taila. It is a Dasha Paga Taila. So there we are repeatedly adding Kvada, and we are subjecting into paga, subjecting the taila for paga for 10 times, and at the end, at the 10th paga, we are adding ajadugda and again processing. So that is an example for this condition. Then if Kvada Dravya is only mentioned and Kalka is not mentioned, in some condition the Kvada Dravyas will be mentioned. There we can use sometimes we can use that Kvada Dravya itself as the Kalka. So क्वादेन केवलेनैव पागो यत्र एरितः क्वचित् क्वादद्रव्यस्य कल्कोऽपि तत्र स्नेहे प्रयुज्यते. It is according to our yukti we can modify the processing by adding the kalka of the kvadadravya. Then if a gana is mentioned for sneha processing, suppose if you are asked to process a sneha by a group of gana that is explained in our textbooks, in our samhitas, for example eladi gana, surasadi gana, etc., then we have to take the kalka and kvada prepared out of that gana and process the sneha. So kalka kvada vanirdeshe gana tasmat prayojayed. We can use the kalka and kvada prepared with the particular gana. Then how to add kalka dravya in taila and grida? You should know this is usually we are adding this kalka dravya by pounding it into a powder, and thereby then by adding water we will prepare that into a fine paste. We will prepare the kalka. You know the definition of kalka, but there is a reference that there is some difference in adding the kalka dravya in taila and grida. This is not at all followed usually, but you should know there is a reference for adding the kalka dravya in taila and grida. That is, if we are preparing taila, the kalka dravya should be powdered and made into a paste by adding sufficient quantity of water. That is the general practice. And if grida is preparing, then kalka dravya should be powdered and added directly. So there it is not said or mentioned to prepare the paste. The kalka dravya should be powdered and added directly in the formulation, in the preparation of grida. तैलस्य कल्कं संचूर्ण्य बुध सम्मार्ज्य योजयेत्. घृतस्य कल्कं मतिमान् जर्जरीकृत्य योजयेत्. This is a reference from Sahasrayogam Bheshaja Kalpam. The reason behind this is explained like this, that is, if the taila kalka is added without making paste, then it will be achakshusha. It will be doing harm to our eyes. And grida, if we are preparing grida kalka, in case of grida, the kalka is preparing, that is, we are preparing in the kalka dravya into a paste, then it will cause tejo dhatu kshaya, that is, it will cause agni mandya. Amardidam tailakalkam achakshushyam bhavet nrinam mardidam grida tejo dhatu kshayam bhavet. So as I already told you, usually we are not following this rule. We are preparing the kalka, that is, the kalka dravya is powdered and made into paste form, and then adding with both grida and taila. Now let's discuss the special rules in case of drava dravya. So we have already discussed the special rules in case of kalka dravya. Now we are going to discuss those rules in case of drava dravya. So if drava dravya is not mentioned, suppose if drava dravya is not mentioned in a taila yoga or grita yoga, anuktre drava karyettu sarvatra salilam matam, that is, we can use water as drava dravya. Drave anukte jalam, that is the general rule. Okay. Now adding kvata as drava dravya. Suppose in a yoga, if a kvata is mentioned, the drava dravya mentioned is a kvada. Then for preparation of kvada for sneha paga, there is a samanya vidhi, that is a general rule, that is, take one part of drug and boiled with 4 times of water and reduced to 1/4. For example, let's consider if we want to prepare 1 prastha of taila, there we require 4 prastha of kvada, that is 3072 ml. So for that we need 3.072 kg, that is around 3072 gram of drugs, and we have to add 4 times water, that is, we have to add 16 prastha of water, and we have to reduce it to 1/4. Then we will get this 4 prastha, that is 3072 ml water. So this is the general rule. We are taking 1 part of drug, 4 times water is added and reduced to 1/4. निक्षिप्य क्वादयेत् त्वयं क्वाद्यद्रव्यात् चतुर्गुणं पादशिष्टं गृहीत्वा च स्नेहं तेनेव साधयेत्. So we have to add how much times of water? Kvada Dravya Chadurgunam, that is the considering the weight of the drag, we have to add 4 times of water. Then we have to reduce it to Padashishtam, that is reduced to 1 by 4. But the proportion of water used for preparing kvada will change. These two factors are responsible, that is the hardness of the drag and the quantity of drag used for kvada nirmana. Depending on the hardness, this dravya for kvada can be divided into mridu, madhyam, kadinam and atyanta kadinam. Mridu, Madhyam, Kadinam and Atyanta Kadinam. These are the 4 classifications, and the proportion vary depending on this hardness of drag. For example, that is in case of Mridu Dravya, the proportion of water required is 4 times and we are reducing it to 1 by 4. For example, if we take 100 gram of drag, we have to add 400 ml of water and we will get 100 ml, that is we are reducing to 1 by 4. Then next we are taking a madhyama hardness, a drug having madhyama hardness, that is madhyama kadinya. There we have to add 8 times of water. So we have to, if we are taking 100 gram, we have to take 800 ml of water, and the reduction ratio is same, that is we have to reduce to 1 by 4. There we will get 200 ml of kvada. The same is in case of kadina dravya also, we have to add 8 times of water. And in case of Atyanta Kadina, there we have to add 16 times of water and reducing to 1 by 4. So, if you are taking 100 gram, we will get 400 ml of kvada. So, by considering this, that is by keeping this in mind, you have to take the quantity of drug for preparing kvada. If your kvada dravya contains much Kadina drugs or Atyanta Kadina drugs, then you can cut off the or reduce the weight of the drug taken. So this is the important role while we are preparing kvada for Snehapaga. Now this is the reference. Chadurgunam mridu dravye kadine ashtagunam jalam tadacha madhyame dravye dadyad ashtagunam payaha atyanta kadine dravye neeram shodashikam madam. That is 4 times of water in mridu dravya, in madhyama, and in case of kadina dravya we have to add 8 times of water, and atyanta kadina dravya we have to add 16 times of water. Then variation in ratio of water according to the quantity of drug. We have discussed 2 factors. So depending on the quantity of the drug, the proportion of water is decreased. If we are taking Karsha to Pala, the quantity of dravya is from Karsha to Pala. Karsha, that is 12 gram to 48 gram. The proportion of water is 16 times and the reduction level is 1 by 4. And from Pala to Kudava, that is 48 to 192 gram, we have to take the proportion of water 8 times. And in case of Prastha to Ghari, there the proportion is reducing again, that is 4 times of water is required. So this is the difference in the proportion of water when the quantity of drug is increased. Karshadidaha palam yavat kshibet shodashigam jalam तदूर्धं कुडवं यावत् भवेत् अष्टगुणं पयः प्रस्थादिदः क्षिबे नीरं घारी यावत् चतुर्गुणम्. So this is the reference from Sharngadhara Samhita for the preparation of kvada for Snehapaga, where we have to reduce the proportion when the weight of the drug is increasing. Now, if more than one dravya is mentioned, so in that condition we have, if there is 2 dravya, you know, dependent the dravya should be 4 times to that of Sneha dravya. That is the general rule. So if there is 2 dravya, we can add 2 plus 2. The ratio becomes 4. And in case of 3 dravya, we have to divide it. That is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. We will get it as 4 times. Then if there are 4 dravadravyas, we have to add both all the Dravadravas in equal quantity, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4. This is the rule to be followed if more than one Dravadravya is mentioned. This is explained according to Dalhana as, that is, yatra dvabhyam dravabhyam snehapagas tatra sneha dvigunadabhyam tabhyam chadurgunyam. Yatra tribir dravei snehapagas tatra tribir milites chadurgunyam. Combining these three, we have to attain the 4 times ratio. Yatra chadurbir drave snehapaga tatra sneha samehi chadurbis chadurgunyam. All those Dravadravya should be equal to that of sneha. Next, this is another condition, that is, if more than or equal to 5 dravya is mentioned, then each of the Dravadravya should be taken equal to that of sneha. Dravani yatra sneheshu panjadini bhavantihi tatra sneha samanyahur yata purvam chadurgunam. So all those Dravadravya should be equal to that of sneha. Then this Ghrita or Taila will be having a saturation point. So in order to withhold this Aushadha Virya, it has some saturation point will be there. So if we are adding more again and again Dravya, it will be wasted. So that is why these specific ratios are mentioned in case of Dravadраvyas and Kalkadravyas. Now let's consider some examples. For in case of Neeli Bringadi Taila, it is explained in Sahasra Yoga for Kesha Sadhana, that is for hair fall. Neeli Bringalada Shadakradulada Datri Falanam Rase Shire Rajaka Nalikera Mahishi Denu Udbhavaihi Sadhidam Tailam Tat Payaseva Pishtalulider Ishtiaha Gunjanjani Keshan Sanchanaye Tale Api Karayor Astam Akesham Shiraha. So it is an exaggerated indication, that is, the hair will be formed in our palms. That is explained in the indication. That is, then if we consider the ingredients, Neeli, Indigo ferratinctoria, Bringalada, that is Eclipta alba, then Shadakradu, Cardiospermum halicacabum, that is Urinya in Malayalam, and Datri Phala, it is Amalaki. These are the drugs, and we have to prepare the Swarasa out of those drugs. Then different types of Kshira is mentioned. Aja Kshira, Nalikera Kshira means coconut milk, Mahshi Kshira, that is buffalo milk, Denu Udbhava, Denu means cow's milk. So these are the different Dravadravas explained in this Taila. And if you go through the Kalkadravya, Yashti Madhu, Gunja and Anjana are the Kalkadravyas. So here we are following the rule, that is, each one is taken equal to Taila. 4 Swarasa is there and different types of Kshira is also there. So each Dravadravya is taken equal to Taila. If we are reducing that by all the combination of these Dravadravas 4 times, then the individual concentration will be reduced. That will not be sufficient. Okay, so that we are taking all each of the Dravadravya equal to Taila. If Kshira is mentioned as Dravadravya, if only Kshira is there, then it should be taken 4 times to that of Sneha. But if Kshira is one among the Dravadravya and the other Dravadravyas are also mentioned, for example, then we have to take 1 part of milk and 3 part of Dravadravyas, and the combination will be 4 parts. Example, Indukandam Gridam. Atra Dravandara Anukto Kshirameva Chadurgunam Dravandrena Yogo hi Kshiram Sneha Samam Bhavet. This is the reference from Vaishijya Ratnavali. No, the other Dravadраvyas are mentioned, then Kshira should be 4 times, and if there is another Dravadravya, then Kshira should be equal to that of Sneha. That is the reference. Then let's consider Kshira Shatpalagradam. Here milk is Dravadravya and is added 4 times to Sneha. Pippali Mula Chavya Chitraga Nagarehi Sa Saintaveshcha Paliger Grida Prastam Vipajit. So there is Pippali Mula, Chavya, Chitraga and Nagara, that is Panchagola, along with the Saindava. There is some reference for Yavakshara also, and we are subjecting to Paga. Here vata should be added. Only Dravadravya mentioned is Kshira, but we have to add 4 times of water and attain Mradupaga. Then at that stage we have to add this 4 times of Kshira. So indication is Tadgridam Pliha Nashanam Vishamajora Mandagniharam Ruchikaram Param. So this is the reference for addition of milk, for an example for adding milk 4 times to that of Sneha. If we consider Indugandam Gridam, there Putiga Daru Dashamula Siddham Sakshira Shatpala Yutam Gridam Indugandam. There Putiga, Daru and Dashamula are the Kwada Dravya. So we are preparing those Kwada of those tracks, and there Kshira is also mentioned. So there we have to take Kwada 3 part and Kshira should be equal to that of Grida. Now suppose if a Gana is mentioned and no Dravadravya is mentioned, then the drugs are used to prepare Kwada which belongs to Kashayoni. You know Lavana doesn't belong to Kashayoni, so we have to consider that. So we have to take those drugs which belongs to Kashayoni and we have to prepare the Kwada. So that is the rule in case if a Gana is mentioned and the Dravadravya is not mentioned. So these are the rules regarding Snehapaga, and these are the deviations from the general rule for Dravadravya, and we have discussed those rules in case of Kalka Dravya also. So this then in the next coming presentation will be discussing the Sneha Paga and Samyak Paga Lakshana, etc. So till then, thank you for your patient listening.